Welcome back. You must have seen my short introduction on strategy pattern. Let's deep dive into implementing strategy pattern now. Problem that we're going to solve today is that of a treasure quest. I've mentioned this problem in my short video for strategy pattern, but for new viewers, I'll explain it one more time. Imagine that you're on a quest to find a treasure, May in VR world. There are multiple paths that you can take, one that leads the way from forest, another one via river, and the last one that takes you from inside a tunnel towards the treasure. These ways are different strategies. You can pick one of the strategies based on your strengths, time, and rewards. As you know, strategy has 4 components. First one is a context class that uses an interface to communicate with the outer world. Second one is an interface that creates a layer of separation between strategy implementation and the outer world. Third is a concrete class or classes that implement this interface to achieve specific strategy or a goal. Fourth one is a client class or outer world that uses the strategy pattern. Let's take a look at each one by one and learn how to implement, debug, test and run the code to complete the implementation. Our first component is a context class. That creates an instance of an interface, and injects that instance through context class constructor to be used in methods across. It defines setStrategy and getStrategy methods. As a disclaimer, I've not used setStrategy method in this implementation. These methods interact with the outer world, or the client to get the desired strategy. Let's take a look at our next component, that is an interface. The interface declares a method named execute. This method takes 3 parameters, strength of a player, time to reach the treasure, and rewards that you get on the way. I'll pause for a few seconds so you can take a look at the screen and implement context class and an interface. Now that you've completed implementation of context class and an interface, let's implement concrete classes. Each concrete class sets a specific strategy. In our example, forest, river and tunnel are 3 different strategies. Let's start with forest strategy. We'll extend forest strategy class to implement treasure strategy interface. So, this class will now implement execute method based on strength of the player, time that takes the player to reach treasure through forest, and rewards that the player gets on the way. I'll pause a few seconds so you can implement forest strategy class. Once you have implemented forest strategy, it'll be easy to implement river and tunnel strategies in the same way. So, let's do that now. River strategy class implements treasure strategy interface, and an execute class with same 3 parameters. Tunnel strategy does the same. Let's complete implementing all 3 concrete classes now. So, let's look at what we've accomplished so far. We've implemented all 3 concrete classes, forest strategy, river strategy, and tunnel strategy. Then we've implemented the interface that these 3 classes implement, and extend the functionality from. Also, we've completed implementation of our concrete class that helps client set and get the strategy by making use of an interface. If you've successfully completed all implementation up until this point, then you're pretty close to actually starting to use strategy pattern. Let's create an instance of context class and set it to forest strategy first. Let's set the parameters based on player strength, how much time it will take for the player to go through forest, and how many rewards are there on the way for player to collect. Now, using this instance of context class, let's execute the execute strategy class to get the results based on forest strategy. Set concrete class instance to river and tunnel strategies with specific parameters values. Complete implementation of the client class, and make sure parameter values that you're passing in are right for each forest, river and tunnel strategies. Make sure there are no syntax or any other type of errors. Once you do that final check, we're then ready to run the application. After running the application, you'll see each strategy on screen. You can change parameters and even functionality inside these strategies based on your needs. And that concludes our coding together for strategy pattern and implementation. Comment below if you have any questions or just want to give a feedback. Please like, share and subscribe my channel for more hands-on programming and more software engineering topics. Thank you for watching and happy learning.